All right. Seems like I'm live or something close to it. Oh, I guess we'll screen share. Come on. You can do it. Ah, I did do it. Yeah. We heard something. We weren't not supposed to hear anything. Come on. You can do it. Ah, I did do it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like it's working. We'll see. If it stays that way. All right. So we can get rid of Chromium. Don't need that in our way. Um, yeah, I can go through some crappy images. Oh, I need to pop up the chat. Of course. Whoa, that's not the window I wanted. Yeah, let's get rid of that thing. Yeah, that's too annoying. This is the one I want. Chat. Mm, and such. Pop out. There. I did it. All right. So that we can put back here maybe. Yeah, that seems fine. Um, last. Okay, that's funny. Hi, Gary. Yeah, whatever. Yes. Oh, it's whatever, the James Caan guy. Been around for decades, lurking and such. Lots of lurkers. Um, yeah, and such. So, yeah. So I really don't. Yeah, I really don't want to communicate with people, but I try to do it. So I wanted to just do this like screen share thing, and then this just put this on like a slideshow, and then this images could change. But I don't think it'll. If I put it on slideshow, it wipes everything else out. But let's see if it'll work. But it's it's irritating. I wonder if the. Well, I'm not doing that. Where's my phone? Phone's not even here. Go away. Bother someone else. What?
Hi, this is Gary. I can't get to the phone right now, but if you leave your name, number, and a message, if you like, I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Who is it?
Bathtub guy.
Yeah.
Gary.
Yeah. What? No, you have to ask for the link. I don't post the links, okay? There's feedback on the phone. You have to send me an email or your PM you the link, but I can't make the link public. Whatever. Where the fuck is that phone? Well, maybe it'll stay off the hook. If I'm lucky. Anyway, that was annoying. All right. No, see, it wipes everything out. Linux does some things just a little too stupid. Even the program has preferences. Don't full screen, and it still full screens. Yeah, I figured just because it's a live room, I won't bother with a shirt. But I guess I can de-nipple myself there. That'll save you some grief, assholes. So, I would have thought bathtub guy would be dead by now. Yeah, well, I think he had to go to prison for a while. So, but yeah, why would I? I don't know why. Seems to have an elevated opinion of his contribution. He was, comic relief or something, or whatever you call that. Some kind of like extra, who just adds some jokery or whatever. And it doesn't really accomplish anything. I don't like words that I don't understand. What the hell is that? Dice time? What is that? This timer? This, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I don't know what that is. So far you people are very boring. Yeah, so I'm giving you your chance. So far you're really boring. So maybe I should just have left the room and let the room warm up a little while before I showed up. Probably the way I should have done it. So anyway, let's see if I have any. I have, I take pictures of stuff as I'm walking about after I go for my run. So it's the path I go running on, part of it anyway. Oh, I'm not going to entertain you. No, no chance of that. That's me walking across the stream. Yay. Yeah, there's me walking across the stream some more. This is the cat that showed up the other day with the yellow cat. Where they have the same long hair. There's the same breed of cat. They just have a different color pattern. And he just kept looking sideways at the window. What the hell? It's just so funny. It's such a cat thing. Um, it was at night. I was trying to get a picture of him. It's not a bad picture considering it was at night. But anyway, so very strange. But the yellow cat hasn't been back since. So I guess he's gone to live with her. Whatever. Uh, yeah, it is a good. It's kind of funny you know, the red eye. So this is a very large petunia, but it doesn't look. You can't tell how large it is, really, but it's large. I didn't put my hand close enough to it. This one's just a pretty one. And there's the same one in a better pose. Sometimes you have to get the model just right. And then you say, "Ooh, that's it, baby." Why do you like them so much? Well, cats are pretty. You don't understand they have beautiful symmetry. They're attractive animals. You don't you don't get that part. Then you're pretty retarded. They're horribly cute. Uh, you know, they express a great deal of personality. Um, Fuck you, I'm an asshole. This is the asshole. This. All right. So this woman is running for mayor of our town, and she's a Republican, of course. So are Republicans, but actually knew her. I'm a few years older than her, but she knew me from like high school. But we met like I don't know 25 years ago, and we were friends for a month or so, and I kind of wanted to, you know, I was kind of hitting on her, um, and then I end up knowing her family through a secondary thing I was doing, and just very strange. So I know her, but she's running for mayor, and she puts this tacky fucking sign. Okay, so they ended up working for Trump, and that was like I had to stop. I used to work for them, but I stopped working for them when the whole Trump thing happened. So they became, her husband was working for Trump, and so anyway, she ends up running for mayor, and she's got this tacky fucking sign on the island in the park. I mean, it's totally illegal, and it's still there 2 weeks after the election. It's still there. So, I mean, it was a primary election. So, yeah, she's going to be the Republican candidate for mayor, and there's some Democratic guy running, but there's not much chance of him winning. So, she's going to be essentially mayor. She's only been a councilwoman for a year and a half. No real experience. Just such crap, political hackery. But it's really, dangerous to know people, who are going to have power. Not good. I mean, I don't know him I don't really know her in a positive way anymore. So I don't know what kind of trouble it's going to cause me. But it's just so tacky. I mean, you're just demonstrating how the law doesn't apply to us. We can break the law, but we'll use the law to fuck you up. And it's just such the hypocrisy of these people. Oh, anyway. Thoughts on recent immigration debacle? I don't know. For what recent debacle? Immigration's been a debacle for 20 years. You know, um, they should never let it get to this point in the first place, right? I mean, some of this stuff is ludicrous, right? The guy who got arrested delivering pizza or whatever to the military base and got caught, and his kids don't even speak English. He has a 4-year-old daughter. She doesn't speak any English. I mean, it's bad enough you're illegal. Then you have kids in the country that you're an illegal alien in. And then you don't even teach your fucking kids how to speak English. I mean, I got to say fuck you to that. you know, I mean, and why liberals would defend this crap, I just don't understand. I mean, they don't seem to understand that immigration is how you destroy domestic wages. That's how you do it. You want to destroy the local economy, bring in the immigrants to ruin the wage base. So I don't know why the liberals are now pro-immigration. It was Ronald Reagan who expanded immigration, legal, technically, immigration. It's a Republican scheme, not a Democrat scheme. Immigration is not very, very good for us. Fuck. So that's the debacle, is the fact that somehow the dopey Democrats, just to be contrarian, have been fooled by the Republicans into becoming pro-immigrant. And so they don't even know, oh, we're being totally duped. They fooled us into thinking they're going to do something like stop immigration when they're not. Ugh, it's just so fucking stupid. Yeah, whatever. The thoughts on the alt right, thoughts on the alt left. I mean, they're both useless sacks of shit. And the alt left is embarrassing progressives, and they're ruining the system because they're turning the Labor Party into the welfare party. I mean, all they seem to care about are illegal immigrants and welfare whores. Fuck everybody else. Who's everybody else, right? And the transgender, who legitimately need some protections, but they don't seem to give a fuck about anybody who like rationally. I mean, somebody who actually goes to work every day and earns their money. They don't seem to have any empathy at all for that person. Yeah, well, rightists just think about exploiting. So as soon as somebody says leftist, I'm going to say rightist. As soon as somebody says liberal, I'm going to say neocon. I mean, it just doesn't go anywhere, this crap. There's obviously the extremes in both parties are useless bags of shit. But the problem is the Republican Party is nothing but extremists. They're nothing but greedy fuckers or racist fuckers. That's it. There really isn't anything else. And colossally stupid fuckers, religious kooks. I mean, there's nobody rational in the Republican Party, or at least some liberals are rational. What state do you think the next mass shooting will be at? Well, let's just guess it'll be a southern state where, they give guns to babies. I mean, give me a gun and maybe it'll be New Jersey, right? I mean, yes, just give mentally fucked up people guns and you'll have a shooting somewhere. That's all it takes. Yeah, I don't know if politicians exactly mirror society, but clearly we got what we deserve. I mean, we don't want accountability. If they put a law up to suggest that somebody should go to prison for violating your constitutional rights, the general public will think, oh, no, that's not a good idea. Whoa, no, no, no. People should be able to violate our rights. Yeah. So there is, yeah, I mean, yeah, people get what they deserve. Our civilization is mentally bankrupt. It's made up of assholes. Uh, different kinds of assholes, but they're all assholes. What's a carnist? Thinking they rule over me. I don't even know what that means. It's another word for Jew or something. The fuck is that? A little hidden secret word. People. So the other thing that was kind of neat, in the same pond right near there, there was this gigantic snapping turtle, just floating by, and it's like a 40-pounder, so it's pretty big. So there's been a lot of them in the pond, which is really funny. So when they dredged it, apparently now the turtles don't stay on the bottom; they have to spend more time floating on the surface to breathe and all that crap. So you get to see them now and then. So it's kind of interesting. Uh, oh, carnist means people who eat meat. Oh. Met a senator. Well, you'd think you would remember his name. If you met a senator, you think you'd remember his name. Jeez. Senator blah, blah, blah had crazy eyes. Okay. I'm sure they do a little drugs and shit. Well, I really don't think meat eating has anything to do with being an exploitionist, but whatever, fine. I mean, it's clearly one of the categories of they don't get it, but there's plenty of liberals who don't get it. Plenty of liberals. So another view of snapping turtle. Big, big, big. Big, big, big. Another one. Yeah. There's another view of him. Big, 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 big. Really, so he was a 3 feet, probably long, 3 feet, 2 feet across. Big, 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 big. Tadpoles. Not terribly interesting. And they finally got rid of. No, the sign's still there. That's the picture of the sign still there. Yeah. Look at that. I mean, that disgusting sign. This is a park. Those disgusting sign sitting there. Disgusting. Disgusting. And that's what the mayor of the town does. Something disgusting. So this is the garden before planting, just after it was cleaned up and fenced in. Yeah, it's very nice. But now it's full of plants and doing quite well. And likewise, this has got even more flowers on it now, and gotta cut the grass again tomorrow. But everything looking quite nice here. Lovely and such. Seldom follow masochist. I don't know what that means. I moved to the U.S. I work as a garbage boy. Well, that makes a lot of sense. I think I'll block you. Then you can, so I think you're full of shit. Garbage boy. Oh, God. I just want to kill everybody. Of course, I want to kill everybody, but there's times when I want to kill you without any empathy. I want to kill you for fun. Not for not to save suffering and do all that. No, I just want to kill you because people suck. This is just a lovely picture of the crappy bridge. Yes, hello, old fan and such. Let's see. Who can read the sign way out there? LOL. Yeah, that's the other thing. You can't read it. So, but I did take a zoom picture of it. It says Glassner on it. So it's, they tend to, when they're campaigning against each other, you see, they're just running based on their name. And so one of them will have a blue sign and the other one will have a red sign. So you can kind of tell whose sign it is based on what color it is. And it's that kind of stupid thing. No one knows what these people stand for. People are just voting for a sign. They're just voting for a font. Oh, I like that font. Yes, let's vote for that font for mayor. I mean, that's how bad this shit is. Have you ever thought that this world is so fucked up because it's supposed to be that way? What does that even mean? It's supposed to be that way. No, I've never thought that. That would be like fucking idiotic. I've never shoved a watermelon up my ass either. Jesus Christ. What the? How the fuck do you? I mean, you probably should go seek help if you've spent any time saying to yourself, "Well, the world's fucked up as it's supposed to be fucked up." It's the stupid supposed to be fucked up singularity. Yeah. No, I don't think so. His bolt hole cabin looking great. I don't know what that means. You are black. I don't know what that means. Yeah, my next 25 is going to you. Yep. Yeah, $1 at a time is not very efficient. I'm just saying, Tyler. It's just yeah, my donations have been way down. Actually, one person signed up to give me money every month, which was really nice. I mean, it's real money. Um, but yeah, otherwise donations are way down. So I must be disappointing people. Too bad. Anyway, need some oil or varnish. Yeah, whatever. The house needs a lot of work. Actually, needs a new roof and lots of stuff. Why did you laugh? I don't know what that means. I think I'll get rid of you. I don't like. I don't. I frankly, you know, yeah, I don't like Jafari Larry people and stuff. I don't go for Muslim crap. Get an American name. Even if you live in a foreign country, you should have an American name. Yeah, that's the way it should be. Okay, I just feel better now. Got rid of that Muslim stuff. Is video playing? There's no video playing. No. Voting for a feels flavor. I think I'll get rid of you too, but I'll give you a second chance. You're really not making any sense. Gary, any fresh ideas on value? Fresh idea on value. Keep it stored in the refrigerator. I don't know. keep value fresh. I don't know what that even. So you really mean any new ideas on how to say the word value and convey to people the understanding that value has something to do with the fact that if it influences a feeling brain, then it can have value. But if it doesn't influence anything that feels, it can't possibly have value. Yes. No, I don't have any fresh ideas. Bernie Sanders is playing. Bernie Sanders is a douche. He didn't lose anyway. I mean, he lost in the primary, but obviously the primary was pretty much already decided before he decided to run. He just waited too long to get in the race. So that boat had already sailed, so to speak. But he's old. He's old and cruddy looking, and so maybe he'll drop dead before then. So we'll have a rational candidate instead of some idiot who thinks you can just borrow more money and give everybody free stuff. Yeah, borrow from the rich, so the rich get richer. So let's borrow the money from the rich, pay them interest, so they get richer, and we'll squander the money on absolute crap. Like everybody should have 3 hats on their head at all times. A blue one and a red one and a green one. Fucking jerk. But we now know you at least thought about the watermelon. I don't know why you would know I at least thought about it. I never really thought about shoving a watermelon up my ass. I really didn't. Thermometers are, woo! That's already enough excitement for me. Just the thermometer is enough. Gary, do you think time is relative or is there privileged present? Whatever. Time is a fact. Time. It takes time for things to do. Doing takes time. You can't undo the time it takes to do. There's no time dimension. There's no time relative crap. It's an absolute do fact. Doing always takes a certain amount of time. Oh, I'm just so sick of people being so fucking stupid. Oh, I hate it. All right, my God, you nearly painted my blue dog. I don't know what that means, but who cares? I hate blue dog Democrats, of course. How do you feel about XX being murdered? I don't know. If they have such a stupid name, then I'm glad they got killed because, yeah, stupid names are an indication of something. A general stupidness. Guarantee he doesn't know of that person. It's quite true. Why is it called PB&J, not JPB? I don't know what that even means. So fuck you. Pineapple more impressive. Well, the roughage anyway. Do you think Tupac is still alive? I didn't think he was a living thing, actually. So, yeah, I don't know. I really couldn't give a shit. Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Poop Dog. It's all. I hate rap. I hate black culture. I hate it. I hate black culture. Do you agree with me that time travel is impossible? I, I don't need to agree with you. I understand that you can't go backwards and you can't go forward. You're stuck in the present. It's the only place there is for the things. They can't go anywhere but in the present. So they have to ride in the present to get somewhere. They can't jump out of the car and go somewhere. They always have to ride in the present. He was dead inside already. True enough. Until a compassionate right to die method is legal, should guns remain legal? I don't think you can make guns illegal. It's easy to make a gun. Now, whether bullets should be illegal, well, that's another question. But you can make bullets, but you usually have to blow your hands off to do it. So it's a little tricky making bullets. But a gun is easy. Okay, I can make a gun in 25 minutes. I mean, yeah, all right, it won't be a great gun, but it'll, I'm sure I'll be able to shoot the 6 inches into my fucking head. So I don't think you have to worry about that part. But anyway, I'm just saying, uh, I'm not for. I'm for people being. I'm for our propaganda being better propaganda. I'm for making noises like "ooh," when somebody gives their kid a gun. People should go, "Ooh, that's creepy." Don't do that. That's really retarded. Instead of having a gun culture that celebrates it. Until let's see. So your mindset is absolutely science based. Well, it's reason based. Reason, that is. I think facts are important. No silly fairy tales, right? Yeah, that would be right. Why do you do YouTube videos? Because it's a way of communicating and waste your time on us. Well, not all of you are assholes, just most all of you. Do you have no ambition to help society, or do you think society is so? Well, whatever. I've made plenty of videos articulating solutions. The problem is that people don't want solutions because solutions require them to give up something or to sacrifice something, and they want the magic of everything for free. Um, you can paint guns now. They can't stop it. I don't even print guns. Well, technically, you can't print a decent gun, and you can't print it on a printer that costs you less than $10,000. But whatever. I don't think I'd want to shoot myself with a plastic gun. That's just asking for. Oh, there's a possibility of failure. Messed up. There's no changing it. Well, whatever that means. The suicide bag method of dying should be made legal. Well, I don't know what the suicide bag method. It's called suffocation, which isn't great. Helium's not as good as they've kind of have overstated how graceful that is. Actually, I think you have to go with nitrogen or something. But actually, and doesn't. Well, anyway, I don't want to get into a conversation about how to kill yourself. I mean, it's an important subject because I have to do it someday, and I still haven't chosen You know, I still don't have a method of choice. Well, the idea of going to Sweden when you're very sick and dying doesn't sound like a lot of fun to me. So, frankly, it sounds like it'd be a huge amount of logistics getting you to Sweden to get killed. So it sounds like a silly way to die. I mean, it sounds like it'd be easier just to say, you know, take me to the top of Pike's Peak and throw me off. Um, what's gayer, Stefan Molyneux or Elton John's thong? Molinex. Well, I don't know if it's Molinex. But anyway, well, I guess a thong would win, wouldn't it? But anyway, do you enjoy any new? No, I hate music mostly. I like classical music. I like chicks singing, but I don't care for. I don't like the whole theme. Songs shouldn't really be saying anything. They're just supposed to be like, some kind of stuff going on, blah blah blah. Yeah, or whatever. I mean, there's some songs that are good. I'm just, I'm not a music file kind of person. Beauty is sort of a formula. It's like you know, a well-made cup of coffee or something or anything. Something you can make it right or you can make it a little bit off. Most people are, a little too much of something, a little too little of something, and then some people are just right. How many gay lovers have you had? How many of the women I slept with were lesbians? Two. I mean, it's just a stupid, I, you know, uh, I wouldn't have a gay lover. Just, I mean, I wouldn't, I can't, the physical act of having sex with a man is just not very practical, in my opinion. I don't think penises are disgusting or they don't offend me in some way. But I also don't want one in my ass. You eat your own farts. Well, that's a blockable piece of 11-year-old rubbish. Way to go, 11-year-old. Finally, one showed up. Oh, God, I hate people. What ways can we reduce wild animal suffering? You can't, both right now and in the future with possible more advanced technology. Just make more cement and more asphalt, and eventually you'll take care of the problem. What do you think of transhumanism? There's no such thing. And uh, what? Let's be robots. Okay, fine, but why? What's the special thing we're going to do? Do you think you're going to fly or something? It's much easier. Virtual reality is much more practical than transhumanism. It's much easier just to fool you into a fake world than to try to make this world, try to make you more functional in it, make you into a submarine. It's a lot easier just to fool you into thinking you're a submarine. Oh, Dendrophilian, that's like 10-year-old crap, meta character. What are you dragging up 10-year-old shit for? 10-year-old video. It's still rolling around in your head. Any developed thoughts on UBI? It's retarded. I mean, it really is. If you pay people to do nothing, they'll do nothing. You don't understand how nobody's productive that way. Nobody wants to work. The only people who have really great jobs want to go to work. How many people have great jobs? Yeah, you have to give people incentive to clean their room, so to speak. You got to pay them an allowance. You get paid to do something. You don't get paid to do nothing. Just stupid. It'd be better just to shoot them as babies. Okay, before they're 4 years old, shoot them. Then we don't have it's a lot more efficient. Why pay them to do nothing but consume? It's just stupid, especially if the money's got to come out of taxes paid by some guy who has to go to work. It's retarded. Nothing has a right to do anything that doesn't have to be justified, that is exempt from somebody saying, where did you get the right from? Where's your authority come from? you know, and if they can't answer the question, you're done. Nothing has a right to life. It's just stupid. The whole point is killing things is messy. Preventing things isn't. So yeah, we should be preventing, getting rid of what's here. It's like the foreigners, right? Don't harass the ones that are here. Just prevent all the fucking new ones from coming here. So just have employer sanctions and just make everybody who's here now at least a half citizen, and then let them be full citizens when they speak fucking English. And just don't let anybody else new in. Just simply say you can't get a job. All right. Have a real social security number. And if the employer hires them without checking their social security number and their address, fuck them. Then the employer has to pay a fine. Simple solution. They don't want the simple solution. Nobody wants to fix the problem. I mean, you people are so duped by this idea that somebody fucking, it's easy to fix illegal immigration. But the point is you prevent it. You don't sit there and try to clean it up. You prevent the new mess from being made, because it's really hard to clean it up. And it's really expensive. Deporting people is really expensive. Creating your little kid concentration camps and all this shit is expensive. I don't have to come out of any closet. Alpha Fibit Jaja, another Arab, I think. The Arabs are obsessed with this gay shit. They're so fucking homophobic, self-denying whatevers. If you think if I was gay, I would have some reason not to say I'm fucking gay. Like there was some reason why I wouldn't just say I'm gay. Clearly, I would kind of most like to be gay because it's easier, right? It's just easier to say to a guy, yeah, I get all horny and I want to rub my dick on shit, and oh yeah, I have the same feeling. Yeah, it's really easy. Okay. Oh, but I really don't want to do this whole love thing, and I don't want to know you forever and all that crap, because that gets all complicated, and then you'll get AIDS or something. I'll have to take care of you, and I don't want to do all that shit. So let's just fuck a little bit, and then you somehow, you go driving down the road and you somehow lost my address and you can never find me again. Yeah. But fuck you. I'm just so sick of people. These silly obsessions. Gary had more interest in pineapple roughage, whatever. Yeah, I don't have any interest in anal anything. I don't even like shitting out of my ass. LOL, I love these off the cuff answers. Well, whatever. I actually always like the theory of virtual reality. It's a theory, it's an idea. I mean, it's not a theory. I mean, you either do it or you don't do it. It's not theoretical. It's a real thing. You either do it or you don't do it. It's not a real practical solution, because you still have to be impregnated with the need, and the need has to come from understanding and fearing and hunger, and all kinds of deprivation. You have to know deprivation to know satisfaction. Jeez. I mean, if it all comes too easy, right? Those are the people that end up dead in hotel rooms with the, suffocating themselves while they're jerking off because they can't find any way to gain any gratification. When was the last time you were in a brawl? It's been a long time. A physical fight. Yeah, it's like 25 years. Globalization immigration advocates ignore the brain drain of third world. Who cares? Ignore how hard they've made it to train native people for nurses, doctors, etc. How has somebody made it hard to train people? That's just idiotic. With the internet, it's easier than it's ever been to train people. LOL, Gary doesn't exactly hold back. I think if he was homo, YouTube would know by now. Well, yeah, like I said, I think I'd be as I do everything a little bit seriously. I don't, you know, I'm clearly, um, whatever. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if I if I was looking for boyfriends, you know, you'd know I was looking for boyfriends. Jesus. Would we be happier if weed was legal? I mean, it's just such a silly thing. I mean, it's a little silly recreational drug. I really just don't understand you people. I mean, yes, getting stoned is nice, but it isn't perfect. It isn't paradise or something. And it's not practical, even if it was like, oh, it's perfect, 4 hour perfect high and blah, 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 blah. You can't live in it. It's not going to pay the bills. I mean, who cares? It's just so fucking stupid. It's like saying, well, we'd be so much happier, whatever. I don't even know what to even compare it to. You can't. Oh, it's just so fucking. I don't know. I hate black culture. I hate drug culture. How much can you squat? I don't know. If you don't mind me asking, what do you do for a living, Gary? Well, I don't live very well. But yeah, lately I don't do much, frankly. I mean, I do work and odd jobs and whatnot, but I don't really make enough of a living. What's your opinion on humanism? There's no humanism as one thing, so it doesn't even mean anything. There's no clear, it's like quantum mechanics. There's no clear definition of what that word means. Did you win the fight 25 years ago? Well, I won some and lost some. Barry, have you ever tried? I mean, I lost a lot more when I was younger. The older I got, the more I won because I started getting taller and yeah, I was big. As a kid, I lost all the fights because I was a runt. Gary, have you ever tried any psychedelics? Yes, 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 yes. It's not the answer. Okay, it didn't do anything for me. It wasn't a miracle and everything's all right. Oh, it's just so special. No, none of that shit happened. The world didn't make any motherfucking sense. All I had was a more paranoid experience. I didn't see the magical unicorn guiding me to the future. Whatever the fuck you people do on your LSD, I really don't understand. I've never met any one of you who was useful, productive, reasonable, or anything. You're not supermen. You're not super characters. You don't do anything. You're useless sacks of shit who just keep talking about how, oh man, the colors, man, the colors. You're fucking retarded. I'll just block. Don't ask me drug questions, all right? Fuck it. Anybody who brings up drugs, you're getting fucking kicked. It's a useless, stupid subject. It answers nothing. Talk about masturbation is the answer. Should the government subsidize masturbation? Yes, yes, okay, I'll vote for that. I mean, you have perfectly natural, okay, escapes. You don't need your stupid synthetics. Music is just like there's eye candy, there's sound candy. Okay, so there's optical candy, symmetry. We can see it. We have the symmetry in sounds do the same thing. Like you can have music that's, ooh, that's like bridge, and you can have music that's like, ooh, that's like red, or ooh, that's like blue and fluffy. Yeah, that's all. It's just the fact that our brain likes patterns. And so music has patterns in it. Our brain is always looking for pattern matches. So music intrigues our brain because the patterns match. And especially when we're raised with these kinds of ideas of the scale, yeah, different little, and so it all becomes pattern matching, and we say, oh, there's a scale in that song, and there's that little uppy down, 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 down thing. Oh yeah, 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 I've heard that before. Humanist or post-humanist? I guess I can block you. I mean, useless jargon means nothing. What do you want to talk about? I don't want to talk about anything, fucking asshole. Ugh, me too. I hate drugs. I don't hate them, but I just don't. I hate propagandists who talk like drugs are the answer. If everybody smokes pot, the world will be all right. Everything will be just fine. So let's just make pot legal and everybody can drive around stoned and everything will be just fine. No, it really won't. Well, every generation has screwed us. I mean, every generation is just more of the same fucking useless human sacks of shit. I don't see any point in blaming one. Let's see. Do you more libertarian or nihilist? Who do you hate more, libertarians or nihilists? Well, of course, nihilists would be worst. But libertarians are nihilists, generally speaking. What's the most amount of women you've been with at one time? Well, that's a really stupid question. I mean, the way it's worded is just idiotic. But no, I've never been. I frankly only have one penis. I really don't understand. What's the other woman going to do? Shove the watermelon in my ass? I just, sorry. I just don't need more than one vagina at a time. I can only fuck one at a time. Do you have to go fund me or any other donation mechanism? I look, I have a website that's actually, in every video now. It's not every video, but all the what the fucks. It says donotgod.com. And on that website, there is a donate button. Or you can go to draftphysics.com and there's also a donate button or whatever. I did a lot of LSD and came to the, like, what is a lot? I mean, just do it every month? Because frankly, this stuff, it'll kill you. I mean, it does break your brain. I mean, everybody thinks this is harmless. It's not really harmless. It leaves your brain permanently, it's like putting arsenic in it. I mean, you put something in it, and some of these chemicals take decades to leak back out of your brain. Anyway, and came to the realization that it was like dreams. Well, gee, I mean, I can do that just by going to sleep. So, a chemical trick, nothing to see here. Well, whatever. There's, it's obvious there's nothing to it because it's obvious that the LSD people aren't curing cancer or doing anything useful. I don't know one on the planet Earth that has is even gainfully employed. I mean, in the sense of gainfully, no, that's the wrong word to use, that has any kind of useful function on this planet. I mean, if they have a job, it's a stupid job. Have you ever been in prison? Yes, for a few hours. Yes, I was detained uh, I was basically extorted in the sense that they were hunting down a guy that I was with earlier in the evening. and they were basically saying, "You're in prison until you tell us where he is." And I wouldn't tell them, so they finally arrested him at like 5 in the morning. So they let me out of prison. Why does God let people suffer so much? There is no God. Oh, darn. Can you not be reactionary for a second? Fuck you. And tell me what you would like to talk about. Fuck you. I mean, I don't want to talk about. I don't want to do this. I don't want to. I don't want to interact with you people, but I get nagged into it, and so I do it. But yeah, I don't have any agenda. I really have nothing. Uh, I just don't. I don't have any. Um, I don't have. I like doing. I like stuff. I like doing. I don't know. I like things I can control, and there's no control here. There's no. It's not edifying. I mean, if you people were educating me, then that would be cool if I learned something. But I really don't. You don't offer me anything. You don't feed me anything. I guess that's the point. It's just a frustration that I have to argue with the world about, oh, suffering matters. Okay, so yeah, Gary, you got to make these arguments and you got to blah, 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 But fuck you. I don't have this. I don't want to talk about anything. I don't like any subjects. They all suck. There's no story here. There's no fairy tale worth reciting. So there's nothing really to say, is there? I mean, if there was some story worth telling, because it's a solution story, then I would tell that story, but there just isn't any. They all suck. They all have stupid, and they all lived happily ever after. No, that isn't going to happen. And then the magical fairy show. No, that's not going to happen. I mean, nothing. There's nothing. Anyway, pleasure is gilded pain. Well, that doesn't even mean anything. Again, it's just silly poetry. Ugh. I mean, clearly, it's the absence of tension or agitation or all of that stuff. Pleasure is giving you peace and taking away the chaos, so to speak. Pleasure we feel today will be eclipsed by the death and disease. Well, I think it's always like that. I mean, I went to Disneyland. If I find out I have cancer tomorrow, I mean, the fact that I went to Disneyland isn't going to make me feel okay about having cancer. I mean, everything's eclipsed because we have to always live in the moment. And whatever the moment is going to be pretty dramatic. All right. La Bassasel, uh, imbecile, says he feels you didn't respond to his arguments. I don't know. Did he make an argument somewhere? I responded to his video. I guess he made a response video that I never watched, and I guess he wants me to pay attention to it. But from what I understand, he didn't say anything new. So what is there to watch? I mean, the arguments I make in my videos are clearly put on the table. I put out the argument today. The argument I put on the table today is that perpetrators are just making up rationalizations to justify something that can't be justified. If they actually had to meet and greet all the people that get the short straw, all the people that get killed in the wars, all the people, blah, blah, blah. And they actually had to have conversations with them before they burn them alive or before they get polio or before they get ALS. And they were going to be responsible. They know that for their joy, you're going to have ALS. Then they would say, no, okay, I can't do this. It's just like if they had to kill the cow, they couldn't do it. We might be able to kill cows, but let's say a pig. If they had to go kill the pig, it's a little harder, I think, to kill a pig. Oh, enough with you, Gary. Bitter, horrible man with chip on his shoulder. Go away. Yes, okay. Just go away. Bitter. Whatever. Sick. I'm sick of you. There. Yeah. So it's not bitter. Anyway. Oh, left a comment. What the hell happened here? Why do people believe in free will? That's a good one. It's not there yet, though. Left a comment on your last what the fuck. So, who cares? Wow, I was way behind on the stream, so I asked the question again. So, sorry about that. I don't know what that means, but who cares? Libertarians are delusional fuckwits. I don't care. So I'm not going to read the rest of this crap. There are only dedicated, submissive humans. Well, more crap. Hi, why do people believe in free will? Because they don't understand the word free, I guess, because there is no such thing as a free. There's no such thing as a free. You have to be free from something. So you have to have like free from reason will, or free from logic will, or free from experience will, or free from having to practice will, or free from having to go to school will. I mean, there's no free. There's free from. Ugh, are you gay? Anti-Gaia. So, oh, this is coming from Whistle Zappi. Isn't he the guy? Yeah, he's always kind of shirtless in his videos in like Sweden or something. I don't know. He's in some cold place and he's always underdressed. What about the finely tuned universe? Is there zero chance of a creator god? Whatever. Yes, there's zero chance. I don't. Whatever. You want to believe in nonsense? Go ahead and believe in nonsense. There's zero evidence that anything intelligent has played a role in anything that's ever happened in all of the recorded and known history we've dug up. We haven't dug up one piece of fucking evidence of anything intelligent ever saving the day. Okay. I have a semi-gay inclinations, but I'm mostly straight. Why? Yeah, semi-gay inclinations. That's pretty good. Yes, I guess I might have one of those too now and then. Uh, barely gay. Gay if you made somebody like one of those mannequins, like a mannequin male or something. Yeah. But anyway, never mind. Okay, LOL. Logan Blake is hot. Well, whatever. Some people think dogs are fuckable. I don't, but okay, go ahead. Goes for that hoodie stuff. Yeah. Um. Let's see. No, he's not. Okay, I think your Disneyland analogy you make is one of the best I've heard. Definitely will be using it. All my analogies are spectacularly spectacular. Brickheads are not hot. Well, yeah. It's kind of cracked cement. I don't even know it's bricks. It's like crappily poured cement. Yeah, he's a douche. Douche, yes, that's what he is, a douche. I'm glad that inmendham exists. Yeah, well, somebody has to be, I suppose. Law of averages. Ever heard of the Higgs boson? Oh, man, I'm just going to block you for that. I think I'll block you for that. AKA the God particle. No, I didn't hear about the most famous, preposterous, overly sold bullshit story ever told in the history of physics. No, I'm totally unaware of that. So it was discovered not long ago. Nothing was discovered, okay? I mean, not even a footprint. And then say it proves there's matter beyond the universe. Well, none of that happened, retard. They didn't prove, obviously, anything. You need evidence to prove something, and they have such a little tiny bit of that. I mean, they're not even seeing the footprint. They're not. I don't even know how to describe how weak the evidence is. It's like going to the murder scene and you find something. I gotta think of something so generic, like an eyelash, but it has no DNA. And you go ahead and say, "Oh, it looks like your eyelash." Yeah, I mean it's that bad. Sunglasses at 12 noon. Yeah, well, that wasn't exactly a rational statement. I meant indoor sunglasses, but whatever. Sometimes, in my live performing, I do say something a little bit fucktarded. Do you think I should get a upside down cross tattooed on my forehead? Okay, I don't know. Maybe with like arrows on it or something, just to confuse people. Fine. I inmendham. If you had a few $1,000,000, what do you think you would spend it on after looking after your needs? Well, the whole idea is to create not for profit mechanisms and self sustaining mechanisms. So I would like to make an infomercial, frankly, as bad as that sounds. you know, uh, make a 15-minute presentation that is self funding. That is, it solicits money to broadcast the commercial again, that kind of idea, and just see if you can make some of those things work, something like that. So I would spend the money on creating some sort of, clearly I would create a not-for-profit organization to do this kind of shit, and the point would be is to do things that facilitate the creation of worker focused industry and all that kind of stuff. No owners, just workers. Because once people realize who they're really fighting in the economic system, then maybe they'll understand who they're really fighting in the life system, which is this idiotic owner called nature. And we're just slaves to a silly, idiotic DNA replication mechanism. Honestly, not sure anything can be done to change humanity's recognition and respect for suffering and harms. Well, I'm this idea that nothing can be done. It's just a mindset. It's just a cultural mindset. So it's like religion. To say nothing can be done about religion. Well, of course, better ideas will win out over religion, and you have to educate people, and they're not likely to be religious. So there's keys to migrating people from stupid philosophies. And we know what keeps people stupid is closed systems, like Islam is a closed system, and that's why it stays stupid, because it doesn't have to compete with a rational philosophy. But I'm just saying that none of this stuff is unfixable. To sit there and say you can't change the world with words is just stupid. Of course you can. Average people seem to have their own morality, and they move like tanks through walls. Average people are sheeple. They're really ignorant, and all they have is heroes. So if their heroes tell them, no, anti-natalism is the way to go, it's rational, that's what they'll believe. I'm in a cold place, yes. Is the inverse square law Newton's first conception? I don't know about a conception. It's a discovery. He discovered that's how it works. But I mean, it's like discovering it's how a light bulb works also. It's not a huge, it's not like it wasn't right in front of us all the time. It's all over the place. The inverse square law is all over the place. Oh, it's Tyler. No offense, but hello. This is weird. I'm going to go. Fine. That sounds like a very good idea. I'll help you not come back. I hope you're appreciative of my assistance. All right. Whoa, did that jumping thing again. I really hate that. Oh, transhumanism retard. I'm not sure why, but in the comments section are usually filled with the most dumb people. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not too impressed. Not sure if this is the average human or the demographic anomaly. I appreciate your videos. Yeah. Well, not much we can do about it, right? Gotta wait for a better audience, but I don't think anybody has one actually. If you read the comments on other videos on the internet, everybody's just, they're even dumber, frankly. Hopefully, this transhumanism thing that David Pierce hopes for will become reality as soon as possible. I don't think so. Little Pierrot's, oh, we're going to have a robot world and all the robots will do all the work and we'll just sit around and do LSD and eat grapes. I mean, it's just not going to happen, you fuckheads. How would you react if a nihilist saved you from being tortured? Why would I react? Why would a reaction be necessary beyond saying, oh, thank you? Now, if he said, oh, it was an accident, I didn't mean to do it, I'd say, well, too bad. I mean, I win. Ha ha ha. What the fuck are you even talking about? Could you be a little bit relevant? Just a little? I can't give live. Thanks for so many laughs. I don't know what that means. So I'm doing it now. LOL. Truly a YouTube germ. Something like that. I don't know. Whatever. Gem, I guess. Okay. I can't give live. I don't know what that is. Anyway, do you feel a sense of American nationalism and pride? Well, of course, I obviously don't. I mean, America's humiliated itself, but so is the whole human race, and it's disgusting. I hate our flag. I hate our history. I hate what people think we're supposed to be about. Um, we're supposed to be, I mean, the whole thing was formed by lies, right? I mean, it was all lies. They made people think, oh, we're fighting for freedom, when now we're fighting so we can, um, we are the people who live over here and we don't want the owners, okay, to own us anymore. And we just want to steal the place, basically. So we want all the profits. But they really didn't want to do the we the people thing. They were really just trying to do we the new lords, the American lords instead of the English lords, the American owners instead of the English owners. What age are you? What age are you your most intelligent? Ooh, that's a tricky question, isn't it? I mean, obviously your brain works, it evolves and gets more and more organized and more efficient at doing some things, but some things get less efficient because other parts are starting to degrade. So as you're cleaning your room faster, in one way, the room's getting messier faster in another way. So but I'd always say that you're, frankly, up to this age, I would say that it's so far, I'm still ahead of the game rather than getting behind the game. But yeah, soon enough, I'll start getting dumber. Makes sense, Gary. That would be how to reach the most people. Yes. Hey, well, whatever. That's not terribly useful. Whoa, old fan comment. Cool. What the hell? How are you doing tonight? Amazing. I want to start an anti-natal, not profit, at some point. I'm still not sure how to go about it the right way, though, as of yet. It's pretty easy. I mean, I attempted it once before, but the problem is you have to have two people and they actually have to file taxes. Okay, so my problem is I don't file a tax return because I didn't make enough income to file a tax return. And so it's just a tax issue. So you need two people that actually have like some sort of regular, job. Um, but once you have the two people, the rest of it's just a procedure of you reading the rules and writing a contract that basically says we're aware of all these rules and we can't pay people too much. We can't do this. We can't do that. And we've organized the system for not doing any of these things that we're not supposed to do. And then you just have to wait for the jury, so to speak, to say okay. So it can take anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. But yeah, it's something we definitely should try to get as a couple of regular humans to do this for us. I'm drinking, but I'm still logical, I guess. Well, that doesn't make much sense, frankly. How are you doing tonight? See, that's the part where you're just demonstrating. There's just no point. Does anybody ever? You really want the answer? How am I doing? I mean, is there anybody ever? Is it serious? Why would you even type that kind of crap? I mean, isn't it apparent how I'm doing? Aren't I sort of wearing it on my sleeve? Oh, shit. And why would I even want to think about it, frankly? I mean, when people ask people this kind of stuff, what does it do for you? It doesn't do it. Well, how am I doing? Oh, yeah, how am I doing? Oh, yeah, my back kind of aches and, you know, uh, and I'm a little hungry and, not really. I don't, I mean, why ask me? I think that's naive. I mean, I never even think of asking people how they're doing. I really don't. I mean, unless you're like passing somebody, just going, "How you doing?" Some neighbor thing. I would never type that crap. I think that's naive. The boogeyman of God has kept things in line. Oh, what a joke. Obviously, people don't believe in God, all right? They are sinning all over the place for little stupid hookers, little stupid reasons. They violate the most fundamental laws of their religion. They cheat on their wives and do all kinds of get divorced. They do all kinds of stuff. Jesus overtly said, if you put away your wife, you're not going to heaven. He overtly said it. One of the few things he actually said, you're going to go to hell, not heaven, if you divorce your wife. One of the few things he said overtly. So fuck you. People aren't intimidated by any fear of their fake gods. They don't believe in God. It's a fucking flag to wave. They need morality to keep them in line. I don't need morality to do it. I don't need to be afraid of a God, but they need to be. So I'll believe in God just to fool them into thinking there is one. But they don't really believe. You think Mormons really believe that whatever Richard Smith, saw God in the fireplace and, whatever, decided to have 6 wives? I mean, it's just stupid. Do you really see God-fearers in the world? Do you really see people who are afraid of God somewhere in the world? I don't see any of those people. I'm having a drunken neurotic night. Well, maybe you should go somewhere else then, because I don't really like drunks. And I don't like people like talking about being drunk. Fuck that too. So yeah, I don't like the subject of drunks and I don't like drunks. So, you're sort of out of luck. So go somewhere else. Lawrence, don't get too uppity, my friend. Today's geniuses are tomorrow's dumb people, whatever that means. And inmendham is a cold judge, whatever that means. Maybe we can put collars on people. Well, I think it's excellent. Get those ones where the exploding collars from that kind of poor, that was a very poor movie. What was that stupid game show thing with Schwarzenegger? But the idea of just blowing people's heads off was a great idea. A lot of people who comment are obviously trolls. Yes, well, and with drunks and trolls, I mean, it kind of ruins all the fun, doesn't it? Do you really feel a sense of difference between self-described anti-nihilist and ethicist? Well, obviously, I don't feel a sense of difference. They're overtly stating an insane difference. They think the world would be a fun place without humans and just a bunch of animals killing each other. They think that's an improvement. you know, No gorillas, doing sign language. Oh, yeah, that's horrible. Gorillas shouldn't do any of that sign language crap and comb their hair or anything. Well, fuck you. I think they should. I got a friend over. He loves your videos too. Yeah, I know, but if you're both just drunks, that doesn't say much about my videos, does it? Oh, I'm drunk entertainment. Oh, great. Is Piro really a good computer programmer? Obviously, if you can get a job, you're doing something right. But yeah, so far, you know, he hasn't. I did ask him for a little advice, and it didn't really work out. But that's not really his fault because he was doing the expedient, um, you know, easy answer rather than the more complex answer. But whatever, who cares? He obviously knows how to do some shit. Just so many trolls, but I guess that's everywhere on the internet. Unfortunately, need of some sort of anti-troll mechanism on YouTube. Right, you don't even need much of a mechanism except some sort of effective. Well, I guess people who have no history on this medium, maybe if they get blocked a couple of times by different channels, that maybe they should have a timeout for a week and they shouldn't be allowed to comment, right? So if they get blocked by 5 people in one day, well, yeah, maybe they're trolls. What could have possibly created all of life and existence? Well, who cares? What could have possibly created a god, you fucking idiot? I mean, can people be this fucking stupid? If you want to believe in God because you think there's some sort of evidence for a God, fine. But to believe in a God as an explanation for why something exists, don't you see how fucking retarded it is? Because you're basically saying, oh, but I don't have to explain where the God came from. So the complex universe, which is less complex than a God, that has to be explained. But the God doesn't? The God just exists magically, and then one day the God he existed forever, and one day he had the silly idea, oh, I'll make an earth and put humans on it and give them polio and herpes and leprosy for fun, and I'll put little worms on the planet too that sometimes get in between their toes and then actually eat their brain, and I'll do that just for fun. You think that happened, you fucking idiot? I mean, it's just so fucking stupid. God is not an answer to creation, you idiot. The uncreated God, who took forever to think of the bad idea of putting vaginas right next to anuses. What could have possibly created all the life? I mean, just amazing. Stupid fuck. It's called evolution, retard. And you are retarded. I wish this thing would quit jumping. Another YouTube defect. Oh, man. I gotta figure out. What the hell? Where the fuck did I leave off? All right. What could it possibly? Okay, there it is. American nationalism is stupid. All nationalism is stupid, but whatever. We value people based on the clump of dirt where they popped out in. Again, it does look. There's something worth valuing in the sense that there's culture and there's the structure of civilization, and those things are easily compared. And you can say, "Oh yeah, this is a brilliant civilization, and that's a piece of shit as a civilization." So that reality exists. The problem is that people are the way they are. Well, that's just more crap. Too fucking programmed. It's just all crap. Yes, it's an obstacle that has to be overcome. But this idea that you can't overcome it is retarded. It can be overcome. And we don't have enough people from high up like Benatar. Well, again, Benatar isn't all that high up and whatever, isn't very useful because he's not incredibly media savvy. You solve it by having to do the work. And the work is over time. You have to keep fighting and you do marches and you do this and you do that, right? Everything has a strategy to it. And you'll never know what'll be the magic moment and the magic viral thing or some other accident that gets you in the paper and now you're famous, blah, blah, blah. Who knows what the right strategy is, but it's not a fucking obstacle that can't be overcome. It just, you just have to keep wiggling it, and finally it's like a doorknob that's stuck, and you just keep messing with it, and finally it opens. Fuck. So stupid. All right. I recall inmendham in the old videos saying the United States had a good blueprint to start off with. And again, where have I said something different anywhere? Yeah. The idea of having three branches of government, having some separations, all that stuff was a great idea, but they didn't really implement it in the sense that they gave the Congress way too much power over deciding what the judiciary looked like. And that was a huge mistake. So the Supreme Court should be elected, and the Supreme Court should decide who is a judge and who isn't. But anyway, very good insight on intelligence. I don't know what it means. The name of my book is Will for the Self-Replicant. Fine, whatever, who cares? Oh, books are just so much fun. Gary, I started watching your videos and they changed my worldview. Oh, good. I'm now smart and depressed instead of dumb and happy. Well, that's the way it works. Um, the more key word is that you're more likely to be part of a solution than part of the problem, and you should feel good about that. Forever, maybe we can set up anti-natalism hotlines, whatever that means. Yeah, why don't you? Yeah, go talk to Fan, drunken Daniel. It's insane. If you want to type in "I want to kill myself," you get spammed by suicide hotlines. If some idiot types in "How can I get pregnant," you don't get hotlines to talk you out of it yet. But who cares? I mean, obviously the internet is capitalism. Tyler is smoking turquoise American spirit. Amanda, whatever that is, very exciting. Do you allow visitors or wolves? I don't know what that even means, but fuck it. Fuck the fromages. Do you think it's possible for a form of life to exist that doesn't experience suffering? Well, I don't understand. There's lots of life on Earth that doesn't experience suffering. Every cell in my body is alive. It doesn't have a brain. It doesn't feel. Oh, man. Jeez. You just don't even think about what you type, do you? I know you're neurotic just like me. I'm sure it's not just like you. Sorry, I should have known better. Daniel, it's not insane to the world governed by people who think of you as a cash crop. Again, it's not the world that does that, but whatever. Clearly, the politics is really bad. I mean, most people aren't as bad as the Republican Party, but that's what most people look like now. What do you think the most disastrous consequence of Trump's presidency will be? Well, the fact that he's made us even more bankrupt, in the sense of just gave away $2 trillion in revenues that we don't have to the rich is pretty disastrous. But yeah, he's not too good on environmental stuff or food safety or all that crap. So he'd probably kill a few thousand people that way. Gary, what do you think about the vast freedoms many Americans had 120 years ago? What vast freedoms? The freedom to have, your daughter raped and murdered and killed, without having a fingerprint or any way of catching who did it. But anyway, many things were unrestricted and there were few laws. That's just nonsense. But yeah, and at its height, um, Think about how many people were killed in Model A's, drunk driving. I mean, it's just, yeah, life was amazingly, um, um, people died of influenza in huge numbers. In terms of people being able to live how they wanted, whatever that even means, live how they wanted. How are you not able to live how you want? What do you want to do that they passed a law against, you retard? Oh, I just hate you shitheads. Let's see, what does it say? Living in Flatbush. So what? You don't have any freedom in Flatbush. Johnson, I'm just smoking turquoise spirits. What are you people? I don't know what the fuck this is. Turquoise spirits. If people really believed in God, they would be too afraid to commit any sort of sin. Well, they'd obviously certainly not risk eternal damnation in fiery hell. Okay, yeah, for a silly one night stand. So yeah, obviously they're not very convinced. I had people tell me I was going to hell for being atheist. Then 5 minutes later, um, cowering with them. I don't know what that even means. Uh, Cam whoring with them. I don't know what that means either. Gary, hate UK. Gary will hate UK. I don't know. We ask each other if we're all right all the time and talk about the weather. Say sorry for every little thing. We don't mind it. I don't know what that even means, but whatever. I grew up in a Mormon household. I converted them from Mormonism about 10 years ago. Now they are quantum spiritualists. Oh, whatever. You're not earning any points with me, Daniel, which is the same shade of bullshit. I don't know. So you converted them to no religion and then they became quantum spiritualists, or did you convert them to quantum spiritualists? You're not very clear. Makes you wonder if it would have been better had we not ended prohibition. Well, I don't think prohibition is ever the right way to do anything. You have to give rewards and punishments. And clearly, we shouldn't celebrate drinking. I mean, it's just silly. It was silly back then. I mean, all the movies had people, drinking martinis while they're driving. I mean, they never took it seriously. Alcohol has always been some little, oh, it's just funny to make people do silly stuff and then throw up. That's fun. I just don't get it. That's all I'm saying. I just don't get any of it. I don't see how it's done human beings any good at all. I don't see they're not really that funny. If they were funnier, it might be you could might argue, okay, maybe it's worth pretending it's not a horrible vice that just ruins people's lives, but it's just stupid. It's such a dumbass's drug. I mean, only a dumbass. If you have choices to use, marijuana or alcohol. Well, you're fucking retarded if you choose the alcohol. I mean, if you're drinking just to, loosen a few neurons, fine. But what I'm talking about drinking to get drunk. Being drunk is it just isn't. You only have to do it a few times to figure out, oh, what am I doing this for? I mean, I'm only drunk because I was too drunk to know I was drunk, right? I mean, isn't that how it always goes? You always don't really intend to get drunk. You just intend, da 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 da. And then you're always too drunk to realize you're too drunk to stop drinking. I mean, so it just doesn't. And what's the point? Well, anyway, it's just a. So the point is, you don't need prohibition. What we need is to make it as socially what's the right word? I mean, um, we have to make it not something respectable. If I donated $1,000, would you climb my chest hair? No. Comb. Oh, comb? Well, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that for $1,000. Live on YouTube. Whatever. Yeah, well, what, for $1,000? Yeah, I probably would. I mean, shit. I've worked a lot harder for, I worked for $10 an hour, when I'm working. That's 100 hours work. I mean, I might even sing a song while I'm doing it, for free. Let's see, DNA. No, we're not doing DNA. I just hate this fucking stupid. Why does it jump? Just so stupid. Aliens. I don't know what that means. Believe in God. Believing in God is infantile as believing in Santa. It just really isn't any. Yeah, there's no. It's like believing in the three bears or the three little pigs. It's just fucking idiotic. Does former Governor Christie live near you? Well, what's near me? 5 miles? Yes. How much do you dislike him? I don't know. I never met him, but I never paid much attention to him. But he seemed like he's fat and obnoxious, so I probably don't like him much. Yeah. Anyway, I hate all Republicans a lot, and he might be hateable, more hateable than most. I don't know. I wish YouTube would delete all of the troll accounts. Yes, that would be a good start. There's a lot more to do, but yes. All right. Christy lives slightly on the other side of town, but yeah. Inman, besides being right, what is the point of your shtick? Moving forward, you will convince more people. Okay, and these people may convince others. Yeah, that's sort of how it works. But is this actually going to change anything? Well, I don't know. But frankly, not doing those things is guaranteed not to work. So if I don't try, that's a guarantee of failure. So you don't understand that that's how it works, that's the risk every revolutionary takes, is the revolution fails and they don't win anything and they just lose. That's the way it works, asshole. God, but if you don't try, zero chance. If it did that, they'd probably only be 1%, even if that left. I don't know what that means. DNA is kind of mysterious, in my humble opinion. Well, you're kind of retarded then. The word God has a lot of baggage. The idea that there's something else going on here has a lot of baggage. Any meta philosophy has the baggage of just being made up bullshit. Just the story you want to hear rather than the real story. An iPhone will look like magic to a Victorian. So what? What does that have to do with the fact that we have gained knowledge over time? That's a kind of evolution. Stupid idiots. Do you think Donald Trump will get reelected? I I don't think he can get reelected from prison, but we'll see. Um, I frankly don't think he wants to the second term, so I don't think he'll run. Frankly, um, and yeah, I just don't think he. I don't think he didn't intend to be president. I mean, he really didn't. you know, he just wanted to do this, public thing, to do his little business deals and to be more relevant. And that's all he did it for. He just wanted to become relevant again. Media attention makes him money. And so that's why he ran for president, but he didn't intend to win. We need to abolish the electoral college. Well, yeah, it's an old bargain made to extort states into the union, and yeah, it's time to say fuck this shit, this uneven power. You cannot believe in evolution. You can only understand evolution. Oh, just fuck off. I mean, it's just stupid. I'll just read the rest, but it's just stupid. Believe is variable, changeable. Understanding is static, solid. It's just stupid to play word games, in my opinion. And, um, belief is what you do when you have what you believe to be a complete understanding. So believing is just drawing conclusions. And when you have enough evidence, drawing conclusions is rational. Right, your videos changed my worldview as well. You at least helped me expand my mind. But all you're doing with your expanded mind is talking about being a drunk. So what's the point? I mean, if you're going to be a drunk, then your expanded mind should tell you, oh, yeah, I shouldn't talk about being a drunk. you know, it kind of, blows up that whole expanded mind thing. Incredible derived energy made that picture of Benatar. I don't know what that means. He is very camera shy, but apparently effortless looking. I don't even know what that means, but I don't think derived energy made a picture or whatever. And always wearing a cap. I don't know what that means either, but who cares? Does suicide go against capitalist interest? Who cares? Suffering never outweighs pleasure. Fuck you. An organism never feels as good as a broken leg feels bad. See, your drunkenness, you said this backwards. An organism never feels as good as a broken leg feels bad. So you're not making any sense at all. 120 years you could go to prison for saying that you are for birth control. Well, I don't think you would go to prison if you were a man. Women went to prison for things like that, but I don't even know how many actually went to prison. So that's a little bit urban legend kind of bullshit. For with great wisdom comes great frustration. Whatever this is, whoever increases his knowledge merely increases his headaches. Whatever, fuck you. That's not true either. Um, there's such efficiencies gained through understanding how systems work. So that's just bullshit. I mean, it's a silly, if that's a cliche, it's a stupid one. Law enforcement improved is still not as good as sci fi collars preventing crime. Yeah, well, I think we all should be tracked. Everything we do should be sort of public. I mean, you don't have to watch us pooing and stuff, but I mean, yeah, we should be monitored and obliged to be play by the rules. If I drove 150 kilometers from Alaska to come to see you, can you have some chicken pie with me? Well, we're just going to block you because it's just silly. No, I don't do. I'm not going to eat chicken to meet you. Yeah, no. Fucking idiot. All right. 147 Ironia Road. Send this Lord some goddamn cigarettes. Yeah, you really don't need to be posting my address in these stupid chats, Tyler. It's not a good idea. I mean, you're just, you know, I've suggested you need to wind down a little and just kind of, see if you can get into some constructive and productive, consistent habits of living without, getting crazy. When will you be doing a fan meetup? Well, I won't be. In the US, in the US up about 1920, you could basically buy drugs off the shelf in a drugstore. Yeah, and a lot of people got addicted to codeine and heroin, and it wasn't any bargain for people. Buy weapons with no restrictions. Well, again, this is all more just talk. There wasn't, I don't think there was too many people that let their neighbors, run around their backyard with an army tank. So, but whatever. Fuck off. I mean, this whining about your liberty. Fuck you. People, useless bags of crap. I mean, really, I gave him the opportunity to explain to me what magical liberty he doesn't have. So apparently, his liberty is he wants to do drugs and have guns. And I'm supposed to understand and feel empathetic when I just made it kind of clear I don't have a use for either one of those things. I mean, how fucking stupid can they be? How did I get way back here? This is way off. Okay. No, I didn't convert them to quantum spiritualism. I always been against that. Well, I don't even know how you could be always against something I haven't even heard of, but whatever. They believe that on their own. I argue with my folks about quantum mysticism just as much as I argue with Mormonism. Yeah, well, whatever. I don't understand what quantum mysticism is, but anyway. But Gary, you don't think most people enjoy alcohol responsibly. Yeah, that's right. I don't. And if it reduces their suffering, then isn't it overall a good thing? But we know it doesn't. It's like saying gambling reduces suffering. No, it creates suffering. Alcoholics beat their wives. They all kinds of harm comes to people. The drunk driving, all the relationships ruined because people say things to other people they didn't really mean. But I mean, it's just useless. It's just a fight drug. I mean, think of all the fights induced by alcohol. Oh man, you people are just so fucking stupid. Ugh. What jobs do you work at for $10 an hour? Any job, it doesn't matter. I clean people's floors. I cut down trees. Whatever. Uh, Install an operating system on their computer. It's just all kinds of different shit. I hate anything spiritual. Good. Even these atheist scientists who get religions on thinking our universe is great, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, when he thinks about physics, it's almost spiritual for them. Well, deGrasse Tyson tells both stories, so he's kind of full of shit. 1 minute there's aliens all over the universe, the next minute, oh no, well, most of the universe is incredibly radioactive and hot, and you can't get anywhere. You couldn't survive there, and so he's just so full of shit. Admittedly, I would attend a YouTube VidCon featuring inmendham on a roundtable panel alongside others like the Amazing Atheist. Yes, well, they could do that in a virtual room too. It would be interesting if they randomly forced YouTubers to be in a group of 6 people or something. Just take random people. Like say of the same, let's say the same number of subscribers or whatever, and they had to go into it in the same live room, all 6 of them, and attempt a conversation. Be kind of interesting to see what would happen. Admittedly, I would attend a YouTube. Okay, you did that. Times for a neo revolution. Meh. Whatever. How can Trump be prez when he's not a lawyer? Boy, that really doesn't make any sense. Okay, I originally thought Trump was, I mean, how he can be president without a brain. I mean, the guy's the dumbest asswipe that's ever walked the earth, just about. I mean, I don't know how anybody, I mean, Trump was a known quantity 20 years ago. I originally thought Trump was running for president as a troll. Then when he got I don't know what praise, he went with it. I don't think that's why he went with it. He went with it because he didn't really have a choice. He couldn't say, I was just fucking with you. I was just exploiting your election system for my gain. He couldn't, you know, he had to, keep pretending. Isn't law knowledge necessary? That doesn't make any sense. Um, Obviously, no knowledge is necessary to be elected president. There's no IQ test, you retard. Whatever happened to the sub DNA guy? And do you miss his contributions to your tiny chat room? Yeah, I haven't even thought about it, frankly. His contributions were quite hostile usually, so I don't know if they're really contributions. He was just a pain in the ass most of the time. What do you think about Gray Tex? I don't think about him at all either. Her, whatever. Not relevant anymore. Just a silly little regular person. He's just being a regular person, whining about little regular things. And my misery and me. Yeah, well, again, that's, he's got caught up in his little personal, I need more. I need life to be fun. I need a hairbrush up my ass. Whatever. Fine. Okay. You know, move on. Why are you so harsh? Because it's all irritating. There's nothing good happening in the world or anywhere. It's all ugly and gross and disgusting and smells like shit and vomit, and I hate it. The youth don't have the same knowledge, idealism, education. I'm just trying to learn something from my elders. Um, yeah, well, collect facts. You know, learn, go think about what evolution does every day. To make one sea turtle, 20,000 eggs have to be destroyed. 20,000 potentials, turtles have to be wiped out. All right, the sound is off. I don't think it is. I can test it, but I mean, I don't think the sound is off. I have no indication that it's off. It's still green lights in the YouTube thing, so I don't think the sound is off. So I don't think you're being helpful at the moment, but I might be wrong. I got an alcohol problem. It's causing me a lot of problems. I do try to go as long as I can. Yes. Well, try. That's all you can do is try. So try. Just understand that it's the enemy. Once you declare something an enemy, once you know in your heart that it's trying to kill you or it's trying to hurt you and it's trying to manipulate you and it's trying to make a fool out of you and it's trying to steal your life, it's trying to eat you like a termite eats a fucking yacht. It's not your fucking friend. Once you know, see, because it can feel like your friend, like, but it's not your friend. It's really a Nazi trying to feed you to Dobermans. Derry, can you do your Ed voice? I don't know. I'm probably too crappy a mood. I think. Yes, yeah, I'm in too crappy a mood. I can't hear you. I think the sound is off somehow. Well, again, I don't know. It shouldn't be your conclusion that I have a problem talking. Your first conclusion is that there's something broken in your receiving device, because clearly other people aren't saying they can't hear me. So don't you think if I can't be heard, that other people would be saying, "Hey Gary, I can't hear you"? Don't you think that would be happening? I mean, you're a pretty smart guy. I just thought you'd be able to figure that out. Let's see. Where was this? Alcohol? No. The problem with no. Jordan Peterson. Oh shit. In the past revolutions. Oh dear, that's not gonna be good. Is Western? No, that's not gonna be good. All right. Anyway, is Western party politics worth fuck all? Look, all of the party politics sucks. Don't think that these stupid, idiotic frickin' compromise systems they have in any of these UK system is any better. I mean, it's still the same coalition government crap, and the compromise just merely happens in a different place, but they're still geographically biased. You're still represented. You know, you have a local election that basically tells you somebody's going to steal your vote, and you're stuck with a representative from a district that you didn't vote for. So they're all systems that don't require people to earn their seat somewhere. They have to steal other people's votes. It's not representative government. Representative government would require there to be, you have to get positive votes to get a seat. So you can't just say, I'm going to steal half the votes from some district. So half the people will vote against me, but I'm going to take their votes. And basically, I'm going to pretend to represent them, even though they voted against me. Those systems, those are that all the systems are geographically based. They're all you're being represented based on where you live, not what you think. And that's a huge problem. In the past revolutions, people didn't have all the modern comforts and escapism. So, so more of this naysaying, nitpicky bullshit. Could the elites have too much at stake to fail, whatever that is? Um, the apathy takes its toll. It's hard to keep wanting to care. But it's all this whiny crap. The fact is, there's an argument to be made, and the left is just making a shitty argument. You know, they're falling for the same bullshit. They think the rich people make money. They think they earn their money, and they think they create wealth, and that we're going to float all the boats. I mean, they fall for the bullshit. And, you know, it's sort of bad on me and bad on you if we can't explain to them that they've got that so fucking wrong. What's better for the common man, socialism, capitalism, or something else? Well, obviously it's going to be something else. I would say fairness first. How about that? Fairness. Earning would be really good. Earn it. Yeah, let's have the earn it party. Who the hell is Tyler? You know, Tyler's a guy from the draft physics thing. He's a little bit of a, you know, blah, 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 blah. He's got some issues. Drugs and guns, typical libertarian. I don't know who that's to, but whatever. The problem with Jordan Peterson is that he's a fucking woman. Okay, anyway, is that he's some of the shittiest philosophers. I don't know that Kierkegaard and Nietzsche filters through this pro-capitalist ethos that makes him even shittier. Well, whatever. Now the problem is that he is a fascist. You know, he's a traditionalist, a fascist. You know, he thinks other people need to live by different standards than him because, see, he's in control and they're out of control. So, you know, they need to be told how to live. You know, I don't know how to say it right, but he's a Christian, you know, who's just modified the, you know, he's wearing a bow tie instead of a straight tie. I mean, this is just he is so, you know, he's no different than a Jerry Falwell, except he's just doing that kinder, gentler Jerry Falwell. All right, some more rationalizations about your alcoholism. So again, it shouldn't even be a conversation, Daniel. Frankly, I mean, you know, it's something you've got to deal with. It's nobody in this room is going to fix your alcoholism. Stems from deeper problems. Yes, you have big bones. I have big bones, and I'm alcoholic because I have big bones. Just excuses, such as my diagnosis of major expressive disorder, whatever that is. Everybody has a diagnosis: anxiety, PTSD. Unlike my dad, I never was a violent drunk. Oh, gee, that's just so much better. A non-violent drunk. Oh, whatever. Are you dating anyone at the moment? I don't think I ever dated anybody, frankly. You know, but whatever. Dating. Silly word in many ways. Many problems with Jordan Peterson. Well, that's very useful as a comment, right? No, I don't think so. I can only function in jobs without a boss. Yeah, well, that helps. It's hard if you haven't finished many qualifications. I don't know what that means or whatever. So, of course, pay is always low in the form of peanuts in compensation for hard work. That's the way it works. That's the reality now. Peterson and Harris have no arguments against antinatalism. Yes, clearly they don't. Never believed in UFOs. If there was life, they would fly around an aircraft that looks better than a hubcap and wouldn't be brought down by lightning strikes. So, who brought up UFOs? If there was life, they would fly around an aircraft that looks better than a hubcap. Well, they certainly wouldn't fly around in something with windows. But anyway, I think they would have figured out what a video camera is. Anyway, black cats could be amusing sometimes. Yeah, I remember him. I miss him. So he was fun to flirt with in a funny way. I think I love you. Well, it probably isn't going to do you any good. Daniel, it's easy to fall into a self medication. Don't beat yourself up. It's a fucked up world. Well, you sort of do have to beat yourself up, though, because then you don't change anything if you don't beat yourself up, frankly. Let's see, we're way behind here. Let's see. I hit the refresh button. It's working now. It was my computer. Yes, well, I already knew that. Were you getting a blowjob during the entire YouTube live? Well, I don't think I was. I think I would know if I was. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I wasn't. I think we all can do is try to, I think all we can do is try applies to everything in the rotten world. Otherwise, you can just rot instead. You don't have to just rot, but I'm just saying if you want to be productive, that's the price of it. Is you're gonna have to work. Sound is fine. Yes, it is. Maybe. Thanks. I've been battling alcoholism for years. It really does suck. I hate being like this. I want to change. Yeah, well, that's all you have to do is admit that that's what you really want. And once you say to yourself, that's what I really want, is not to be owned by this piece of crap. See, I haven't said that about cigarettes, but I did say it about coffee. I did say it, yeah, there's nothing easy about it. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying that clearly there's times where you go dry and you really have to take advantage of those. And you have to just know that unless you are batshit insane, you don't pick up another drink. So you don't do it just because you feel a little angsty or you're a little uncomfortable and a drink will make you feel better. No, you wait until you're batshit insane before you take another drink. And that's all you can do. But that's the cycle, right? I mean, you only need to keep drinking once you're in the cycle of drinking. So if you can just get dry for a while, you can stay that way. Representatives seem to be far more radical than members of Congress. That doesn't even make any sense. Representatives seem far more radical than members of Congress. They're both representatives. Oh, man. Jesus Christ. I'm tired of these CEOs say that they are creating jobs without a fucking workers. The CEOs would put. The CEO's job is to please stockholders, not employers or consumers. Jordan Peterson is a cult leader for dummies. Well, that's just jargonism, not very useful. If a charismatic dictator was as what is that? Good, rational, logical as upper quintile of population, why bother with democracy? Yeah, again, so what's the point? I mean, where are you going to get this great dictator who's never going to die and, you know, is going to be in power forever? I'm just saying, you're just going to accidentally wait for him to take, to have a coup. It's just kind of silly. It's just not a solution. Oh, fuck. Was there, I mean, you're just, it's just the simple solution is to fix the democracy. You can fix democracy. It's not that you can't fix it, you can fix it. You can make it more representative. It's not that hard to do. Was there ever a period of time when you were a whiny, where you were, what is this? Was there ever a period of time when you were a whiny epholist? So how did you ascend? I don't know what that means. I know the rich do nothing. I think most people are stupid and they are grateful of the rich. I think they are so stupid that they never understand these arguments. I don't think you're exactly brilliant, so I don't know if you can educate them. But anyway, I don't understand your audience. You call them moron, stupid, etc. I agree with you on Ephilus philosophy, but bro, so you're so clueless. You don't know that I don't like being called your bro, butthead. So I'm gonna call you a fucking asshole because you don't understand. You don't call me bro. I'm not your bro. Oh, God, I just hate these assholes. We do provoke him, though. Yes, exactly. The first part of fixing problems is acknowledging you have one. Yes, I guess that's advice for Daniel. I'd love to be liberated from alcohol. Okay, you've already done this. I mean, there's lots of there's lots of experts on alcoholism, and they're probably not in this room. you know, Whatever. When I first started drinking, I didn't know it would end like this. Um, well, yeah, I mean, nobody knows what addiction is until they're addicted. Let's see. But anyway, I try to stay dry. I mean, if you had a drunk father, I don't know why you didn't learn from him, to stay the fuck away from it. That part's a little weird. I try to stay dry for as long as I can. Sometimes I go a week without drinking. We have to do a little better than that to really get clear. Daniel, did rehab fail you? Well, I don't think he's let the system work him over. But anyway, if they invented a robot, they're and another not well written. If they invented a robot that was physically indistinguished from real woman for $5, it fulfilled your every fantasy. Would you buy it for $5? Oh yeah, I guess so. It wouldn't even have to be. It could fail at fulfilling most of my desires, and I'd still buy it for $5. If it could wash a dish, I might buy it for $5. Damn, Daniel, get medical help. Well, I don't know about medical help. I don't think medicine has any help. And read the article, "The Irrationality of Alcoholics Anonymous." Um, Well, frankly, Alcoholics Anonymous has been pretty successful, but yeah, it's no good to replace one crutch with another. But medicine doesn't really have any answers either. It's just frankly, it's just going to have to be a matter of, again, you understanding seeing the devil's the devil. He's really not. Uh, HR puffin stuff or something. He's not something that's, oh, you can play with this and you can be friends with it and it's not so bad and you can be neighbors or something. And you just really can't have any kind of friendly relationship with alcohol if you got a problem. Let's see. Exactly. I wish they never touched this stuff. If we technologically advanced to a post scarcity society, which is just stupid. There's no post scarcity society, but whatever. It was just so stupid. where all things we have to survive in comfort, like cars and AC and everything and blah, blah, blah. I mean, yes, it's just physically, we know we don't live that way. So I'm still saying, I mean, you're doing this idiotic fix the external world, make the external world suit me, when the real problem is the internal demand. So why not just work on the interior instead of working on the exterior? And the simplest interior fix is not to make the interior, not to make this wanting machine in the first place. But the second fix is just plug an iPod into it and give it a fake world to live in. Dream your life away. Dreams are really cheap. Lots of infrastructure, lots of stuff goes on. Nobody has to pay a dime for it. Don't have to build any of it. No gasoline required. I find it hard to believe that you have always had this position on apathy. I don't know what that means. You have to keep trying. Um, yes, that's what regular people say all the time. Well, I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with the little engine that could story or something. I mean, there's no way to get. There's no, Martin Luther King could say, "Oh, this is too much trouble and they're going to kill me and I don't want to do it." And then nothing gets done. I'm just saying the only way you get something done is you have to do it. You have to lay the bricks. You have to there's no shortcut, asshole. Fuck. Failure is, if you understand, failure is not really an option. And so all you have is, I'm not going to just do failure on purpose. I'm going to try not to do failure. So then you have to do it. You have to put the effort in not to fail. God, this is stupid. All right. Find it hard to believe your voice. Okay, my money. I don't know what that is. Daniel, what is your Skype? LOL. Oh, good. Alcoholics can help each other. That's good. Or whatever. People with troubles. Did Roger Dangerfield get any respect at all? Oh, that's a silly question. I mean, clearly he did. A has this 12-step program. I admitted it was an alcoholic because, well, I couldn't stop drinking, so it was obvious to me. The entire higher power thing is just stupid to me. Yes, we already did you explained you don't like the religion part of AA. Yes, that's not a very good part of it. Wait, you'd buy an Android for $5? Wouldn't that create suffering? Again, how would an Android create suffering? It's not sentient. But anyway, another idiot. It doesn't have feelings. It doesn't have a welfare stake. I agree with your viewpoint 100% that said people, an animal will go on reproducing until some extinction event stops it. Again, none of this is true. All of the civilized countries have negative domestic population growth. And it's only because they're importing from ignorant countries that their population continues to grow. So clearly, most civilized people are already behaving as antinatalists. So no extinction event needs to take place, just a pile of crap. But whatever, just keep saying this stupid shit. Just keep avoiding the simple answers I provide, the simple points I make by typing crap. Okay. Like you said, they're just following their programming to replicate. There is no programming to replicate. There's a programming to have sex. So again, this is all just nonsense. There's no replication program. We were dumb animals. Nature gave us a goal, and that goal indirectly creates reproduction, but it didn't give us. No man fucks a woman going, I'm making a baby, I'm making a baby. That's not what's happening. Fucking idiot. Sorry, but it's just stupid. All right, breakfast time here in England. Off to load lorries for 9 hours. Yes, sorry. That's no good. I guess it depends. Do you have to drive a forklift? I guess that could be a little bit fun. What's your opinion on psychotherapy? It works, depends on people's problems. Some people do have just a bunch of, like, their mommy fucked them up and they just need a little bit of therapy to get them through their little bit of, you know, bullshit that they got floating around their head. So they just need to be told, no, there's a real world and you're living in it, and what mommy thinks doesn't matter, and you're free of all that, and you can be a real human being now. You don't have to worry that mommy doesn't like that you're wearing red socks and that kind of stuff. Is you for family members and alcoholics, and it's not religion, and they're, if you have to, right? Well, whatever. Al-Anon, all this stuff. There's lots of stuff, but I'm just saying sometimes, frankly, people who have failed sometimes shouldn't be teaching other people how to fail. But anyway, Gary, how do you cope with missed opportunities with girls? Uh, well, I'm just kind of over it, I guess. So that's what makes it easy. Um, I mean, once you realize it's just a head game, and the whole time you, the problem was just controlling your perception of need, like somehow it really would have mattered. And once you realize through a little bit of life experience, then once you have something, that you don't cherish it as much once you have it, and all that kind of bizarre psychology that happens, you realize that, oh, the good news is I don't have herpes, and I probably would have had herpes if I had been with more women and all that kind of. So you know what I mean. I saw you took that meet up with Christina pretty hard. Hard. I'm personally coping with my own missed girl opportunity. Uh, yes, it's always, like I said, it's always difficult. But again, once you get to a certain age, it game's over anyway. So it's there's no, you can't write the story that makes any sense anymore. You know, just because, I'm gonna meet some hot 60-year-old woman and watch her get cancer and die. There's just no good story to write. Any sort of addiction is horrible. I got a friend with me who takes this Suboxone as a replacement for heroin. Right. Well, these are the wrong kind of friends to have, to tell you the truth. You really don't need to have friends who have the same problem that you have, because you're just going to learn how to, you know, keep living a lifestyle that perpetuates the problem. If alien life exists, then the universe is full of plants with organisms that are eating each other and causing unbelievable amounts of suffering. Again, it just, who knows what form alien life would be in, and whether or not it would suffer is an open question, in the sense that there's only one neuron on planet Earth that ever was invented, only one mechanism capable of even creating sentience. So, what are the odds are of a DNA based um, neuron? Astronomical, I would suggest. Damn, this scrolling just never works. Anyway, alcohol is something or other. I don't know. This is getting like 2 hours, so I think I've had my fill. So let me just really rush through this. All right, I actually started drinking. Who cares? Love equals addiction. Who cares? When did you get fixed your love? Who cares? And my point to understand life is that suffering and cause doesn't really change anything. Suffering that it causes doesn't really change anything. Anything we do seems futile. Well, I mean, it's just silly to think everything we do is futile. It's just silly. There are solutions. There are ways of preventing it. There are ways of minimizing it. If you can prevent one if you can make one less victim, good, you win. I was horrible imposition long before I started drinking. Alcohol is a carcinogen. Oh, who cares? We all know, because I don't want to make this into some sort of alcohol therapy room. Cherishes much. Great quote. Let's see, Gary. Have you ever thoughts on race and IQ? No, race and IQ is irrelevant. Even if there is a difference, it's not enough of a difference to make a difference. Cultures are what ruins people, not their race. I agree, and never to take what he takes. I heard that heroin feels like 100 grams at a time, and he's damned if I'll try that. Well, whatever. I mean, obviously, there's no answer. There's no drug solution to life. I mean, it's just not a sensible place to look for an answer. Is that really the end? Oh, I actually caught up. What tastes better, blueberries or raspberries? I personally like blueberries because I'm kind of a sour person. I like lemons. I like this. I like things that are tart are sour more than things that are sweet and friendly. All right. Um, how do you explain that certain ethnicities have universally shitty cultures? Well, again, this is just nonsense. Ethnicities do. So now you're going from race to ethnicities. Oh, you can't really figure out which ones you want to talk about. Uh, I mean, clearly not a fact, right? I mean, there's lots of different races in the Middle East, even. Or you could go to China and you got lots of subtle differences in race as you move east from China. And there's lots of very different cultures, really dumb, really smart. Yes, old fan, I will have to video you and do something. Just, I guess both of us are distracted by just shit. But anyway, I don't know what that means, Tyler, but it's not another thing I like much. I don't like crosses. Don't like them much. Well, the Pueblos actually were pretty close to the Aztecs. So they were basically just a representation of the South American Indians in North America. Uh, why are people obsessed with Japanese and East Asian culture? I don't know if they're obsessed, but whatever. I think the culture is kind of got some advantages. I mean, the whole saving face thing is kind of nice. The honor codes are kind of nice, but they're obviously losing all of that. They're all turning into Western shit for brains. I really don't think you have to, you have to monitor your own veganism. I mean, where you want to draw lines in terms of how much of a blood footprint you have. If you want to worry about the sour cream flavoring on a potato chip, well, go ahead and worry about it. I don't know if I would. Well, I think the Japanese lower birth rates have a lot of causes, and it has very little to do with Japanese culture, actually. It has to do with their economy and a lot of other things. I looked up, let's see, digititis in Switzerland 3 years ago. I, you know, uh, look, the number of people that Switzerland that die gracefully in Switzerland is how many a year? 15. I mean, it's not some, um, where you cross the border and they hand you a gun and you blow your brain out. I mean, it's just. So, anywho, I guess I'll move on myself. Oh, fake name. That's great. Hey, what do you think of Trump separating legal kids at the border? Illegal. I don't even know what that means, but um, I'm for, not, I'm against immigration. I don't think it does anything good. So I would have employer sanctions. Again, I wouldn't be doing this. It's way too expensive to personally deport people. It's just stupid. So just unemploy them. Yeah, people in somebody else's country illegally having kids, those people sort of should be shot, I think. So I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't have anything that we should probably take the kids away from them. We should shoot the father and you know, put the kids in orphanages. Because yeah, it's just disgusting to, you know, be an illegal occupant of a country and then father children while you're an illegal occupant. That's that's just gross. Well, I you know, yeah, I buy fruit juice in advance. I have like 64 cans of beans. So clearly I do invest in the future a little bit. They have gigs on Craigslist for work. That's what I want to do. Gigs. Yeah, Craigslist sucks though. I mean, you can't. I've been trying to sell some shit on Craigslist. It ain't working well at all. I did try to solicit some work. I remember I posted some ads there a few years back. I have to try that again. Rent is too high. Yeah, I know. Money is a real problem in this world. I don't know what insults is, so whatever. Water is bread, please. I don't know. Water and bread, please. I don't know what that means. Don't know. I basically said I agree with him, and I still get called an idiot. Yeah, well, it's the way it works. You didn't agree with me, right? I wouldn't. It wouldn't be Gary any other way, though. To him, everyone is a piece of crap. I guess that's okay. Well, I don't say you're a piece of crap. I don't think I said that. I'm just saying that when you get stuff wrong, you get stuff wrong, and I gotta, I'm sorry, but sometimes it seems like the mistakes are obvious mistakes. But whatever. Sorry, I don't have much patience. It's damn true, and I have to put up with so much crap that it's a little bit, who's got time to figure out if somebody just made a mistake. All right, well, good luck at work and shit. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had to go load trucks every day. Well, lorries, that you had to even live in England. I mean, that's just horrible right there. But anyway, but if you're driving a forklift, then I don't feel so bad for you. Mrs. That you're agreeing with him due to the stream delay and the pace of the conversation. Yes, that's true. Sometimes I misinterpret, but whatever. Shit like that happens. Yeah, work and wank is a little bit different, but yeah, I understood you meant work. I see suicide as something very serious. Yeah, it is. Even though I wanted to die since 2007, I ain't gonna go out sloppy. That's how I feel about it. I don't want to do the sloppy thing. Yeah, yeah. I feel like I deserve better than sloppy. I deserve to do it just right. I deserve to go out as gracefully as you can go out. But I hope you don't think I am a piece of crap. Well, I don't know. You're pretty crappy. I mean, you're basically admitting that yeah, you're just a fuck up and you're a drunk and can't dig your way out of your own problems. Blah blah blah. I mean, it's okay, but I'm just saying it doesn't sound like if I was making it, getting like picking people to be on my team for dodgeball, it's like, yeah, well, I ain't picking Daniel. you know, it's. Gary, what was the most profound thing you ever heard a YouTube atheist say? Well, that's the whole problem, right? Phew. Yeah. Nobody says anything that, it's just so little that seems brilliant out there. Gary, why does it feel so good when a girl smiles at you? Oh, I don't know. It's a reflex, I guess. One thing leads to another. Your nuts get a little tingly and, starts a chain reaction of, ooh, tingle. Yeah. So it's sensual. So everything's sensual. I guess that's what I'm sort of, that's sort of my personal statement about sex or relationship. It's all just sensual. It's all just a massage of a kind. And unfortunately we massage each other very poorly with words, and it would really be nice if we could just communicate with each other, by just saying, I can get rid of that tension. I can massage away your alcoholism. It'd be nice if I could just you know do a little acupuncture or a little bit of shiatsu or a little bit of manipulation, and poke a few little places and push a few muscles in, and that did it. A little chiropractory. See, if we could have relationships that were based on chiropractic or something, some kind of just this little, oh, there, I needed that, you know, because that's all that really matters is this sensual state of being, and that's all we're after is that. Ah, that's the spot. Yeah. And words, words are bad touch. Ooh, that's a good quote. Yeah, I like that. Words are bad touch. Anyway, Gary, why does it feel so good when we go? Oh, yeah, I just answered that one. Kind of a long answer. ISILs are involuntary, what? Celebrities? Celibates? Oh, involuntary celibates. Oh, I'm just so interested, in whiny people. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, can't I force people to have sex with me? what is that? Oh, no. Let's see. They have a bunch of virgins on Witchin who sympathize with the anti-natalist mindset. Well, so they're sympathizing for the wrong reason, right? So that's not very good. They're just sympathizing. Well, if I'm not getting any, then everybody shouldn't get any. Yeah, kill everybody. I mean, it sounds like a petty reason. Doesn't sound like a reasoning reason. Let's see. I'm intelligent yet broken. Yes, that's a problem, right? So exactly. I mean, I'm also broken, but at least my broken is not as, broken as your broken, maybe. Let's see. Even though I'm a whiz kid, even though I'm a whiz kid, you want a spelling bee or something? But I'm honest about it. Let's see what he's honest about. What is all this crap? Gary, I hope you don't think I'm a piece of crap. Yes, I get stuff wrong all the time. But I'm honest about it. Oh, okay. Gary, what is your most profound thing you ever heard? Oh, okay, we already did that dumb shit. I don't know where I left off. Fuck it. I'm intelligent yet broken. Okay, we did that. I think the only thing you can do is prove life or it's death. Um, we're, we're all trapped. I'm just saying the only thing that keeps you in the game is some sort of ambition. And sometimes the ambition is, I just don't want, you're just risk averse. And unfortunately, death has more risk associated with it than living another day. So you live another day because dying carries more risk than just trying to sleep through tomorrow. Sleeping is kind of safe. So yeah, so that's we're all in that position in a way. I'd be skeptical as to how much these ice souls are so because they got dealt a bad genetic card. More than likely, they just don't want to put in the effort of developing some personality or swag. Well, clearly, women will fuck almost anything. I mean, come on. I mean, so yeah, you really don't have to just look good. You have to fail in a lot of ways to be able to have nobody fuck you. I mean, there's been a lot of awfully attractive women married to awful ugly men. Let's see, my twin brother done it right. Surprised us all last week in private psychiatric hospital. Bit shocked they had door handles and about the stir. I think he meant it. My twin brother done it right. Are you telling me your twin brother killed himself last week in a private psychiatric hospital? Bit shocked they had door handles to hang belts off of, or he had a belt to start with. I think he meant it. You have a twin brother and he committed suicide, and you're in this stupid room. Last week this happened. I don't understand how you're not fucked up. I guess he wasn't an identical twin. Okay, so it was just your brother. I mean, I have a twin sister, and I'm very close to my twin sister, but obviously, we're not identical twins. Anyway, I don't know. That's just too weird a comment. I'll put that in that is the weirdest fucking comment I ever think I read category. All right. Wiz Chan has a suicide prevention thing on it. That the only thing that pisses me off about the website. Well, I think I'd be a little bit Wiz Chad. This sounds like some kind of pissing fetish. Anyway, I meant there is such a thing as assortative mating. Assortative? I don't know. It's not that difficult to find a life partner if that's what you're looking for. As for sex, Gary is kind of right. It's just a head game. Well, and clearly you can buy it and then you can end up with, all kinds of other problems. Alcohol destroyed a lot of my intelligence. How would you know? Can't think as straight. Well, whatever, that happens with age. And I'm not as coherent as I want to be. Yeah, well, and now he's making, he'll be a horrible, once he gets over his alcoholism, he'll just blame everything on it. Oh, yeah, I'd be home so much better at this game if I wasn't a drunk for 20 years or 30, whatever it's been. I used to have a lot of ambition, yet the more depressed I get, the less motivated and ambitious I get. Well, sometimes it's hard for me to do the dishes, and I'm thinking to myself, this is fucking stupid. Yes, that happens to me all day. There's lots of things where you say, this is fucking stupid, and you just do it anyway because, it's the way it works. Virgins who get under 30 years old. Whiz kid means a virgin who's under 30 years old. Um, I don't know what that really means, but I guess I was one of those. I didn't get laid till I was 30. Well, 29. When I'm sober for 6 or 7 days, my intelligence comes back. Yeah, well, whatever. You just keep talking about yourself, don't you? Yeah. Gary's a Chad. Oh, well, whatever that is. I'm not one of them. Wizard, an internet slang for people who magically manage to remain a virgin until they are 30. Yeah, well, whatever. It's not that hard to do if you take sex at all seriously, just because, you know, well, I don't know. I had all kinds of issues. So, yeah, anxiety disorder and everything else. So, lots of stuff in my way. I mean, I should have been, I mean, I came awful close, a few times, 17, 18, 19. But yeah, things just didn't work out. But once you're, officially crazy, it does get a little harder to get women to invest in you. Gary doesn't know the plight, okay, of the ugly man. He's 6'1", massive jaw and chin, brow ridges, piercing blue eyes. But again, I know the plight. I know, like I said, I had to spend 29 years, you know, not getting laid. So don't tell me I don't know it. I know it. 95% of autists never get married or get a life partner. I don't know what that is, but whatever. And no social skills. See, my problem was I took it really, I really thought love would fix everything. And so I was just going to make sure I didn't fuck it up. So I kept, I was, you know, there's women who would have fucked me, but I wanted to kind of make sure, this relationship was real, that they, it wasn't going to end in 2 weeks. I mean, I wasn't a one night stand kind of person. I was like, if I'm in love with you, I'm in love with you. Fuck that. I mean, I would spend years pining over girls, you know, years, just imagining being with them and thinking about, and I'd watch them, vicariously in their life, and I'd see them dating all these assholes and doing different things, and it was very painful. This, it really was horrible. To watch a girl you love, and she's, you know, dating just the creepiest crud on earth. And you're just like, you know. But anyway, so whatever. I mean, relationships suck. So, but get what you wish for, So, I mean, I'll just say to these people who think they're missing out, because it's a trap, man, you know, and all of a sudden you're pushing baby carriages and shit. And then you really know you're in jail and there's no parole. Yeah, well, this whole autism thing is a bit of a whatever. There's a lot of pseudoscience in that research. Uh, but clearly, there are a few too many women who are having kids way too late. Well, Thomas Jefferson was a very accomplished person. I mean, he wrote very well. The letters he wrote are very intelligent. So some people would say that, oh, Thomas Jefferson was just Benjamin Franklin and a few other people who basically told him what to write. But clearly, he could write an intelligent letter. He was an intelligent man and could have fairly deep conversations about the quandaries of human interaction. And I'd say he was more sincere than most of them in terms of wanting to understand civilization, where a lot of the founding fathers were just in it for the money. I don't know why you're comparing YouTube to AA. Just not a rational thing to do. Well, I mean, just a silly question almost by the Ash Jones. Do you feel like you're respected by society and the internet? Well, quite obviously, I obviously don't. There's no indication of much respect from general society or the internet in general. So, but I don't have that expectation. I'm clearly counter culture. Yeah, well, expectations are expectations. When somebody says, well, just don't expect that your girlfriend's going to be pretty, well, then yeah, game over. I mean, why should I? Oh, I should have low expectations. Um, no, I think we're all going to be programmed with the same expectations. Well, I had a toothache once that had me really ready to just jump in front of a car. I mean, I was there. I was just putting my pants on, saying it's time to go. I can't do this. Yeah, hippies weren't really worth much. They were very superficial. It was all about the draft. Once they ended the draft, they became fucking Republicans. So very hypocritical. No deep give a shit about the world. They just cared about getting out of being drafted. It was all about me. It just really wasn't about the cause. Unreasonably programmed expectations. Well, again, they're not reasonably programmed. Our sexual uh, uh, preferences are not rationally programmed. They're irrationally programmed. They're programmed by the images in the media and by what our family looks like, by a lot of things. And it's not constructed by a reasoned mechanism. All right. So anyway, time to go and such. Gary, if you had $1 million, what would you do with it? I already got to ask this question. I would create the not-for-profit mechanism machine that would grow and grow until it consumed the entire earth and all human commerce. I would create the greatest not-for-profit corporation in the universe, and it would just consume everything. What exactly does Feynman say about electromagnetism? Electromagnetism doesn't really touch on the subject much from my memory. I don't recall any electromagnetism in his lectures, actually. So anyway, yeah, vans are okay. I mean, if you can't get a Winnebago, a van will do. What would be your first not-for-profit products? Well, anything you can make not at a profit, so it doesn't really matter. But let's just say, hat rack. It doesn't really matter. And you need money for gas and food. What was it? Yeah, that's well, you got a park too. Yep. Oh, winter. Yeah, winter without heat is no fun at all. I did 4 New Jersey winters with no heat. That's no way to live. you know, Living in a snowsuit every day. I had a card table I set up in the living room, just a little card table and put blankets over it. and I had a little, so then any heat I created was in this little six, whatever, 4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot box, and and I had like a little 6 inch TV, and so I just sat in my under my little card table with my little 6 inch TV and candles burning, and it was just so bad. you know, yeah, it's such a grisly way to live. Yeah, well, I live in a cottage. Yeah, I don't have a fireplace. I had a wood burning stove for a while, but the neighbor house almost burned down, and it sort of put me off the wood burner. Uh, yeah, well, once I got out of the house, there was no going back to family life. I couldn't uh, have to kill myself. I had to live with people. People are just so, they suck the life right out of you. Ah, bandit. Yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's like I say, when you have to conserve, you do have to downsize. So it's like, yeah, I was living in a tent inside my house. The funny thing, like the bedroom would get the air would condensate instantly. So the air, the moisture my body was creating would condensate, and it would freeze on the ceiling in the bedroom, and there was little icicles, on the ceiling from the condensation freezing on the ceiling. Um, but yeah, it was a really bad way to live. One bath a week, and I had a friend who would take the little stubby candles from the restaurant, the little leftover bits, and I put them in a can and then put them underneath the water heater. And like after 2 cans, the water would be warm enough to take a bath in. So that's how I took a bath once a week. But man, yeah, it was just a brutal way to live. I'm, yeah, I'm glad I'm not still doing that. Ugh. I always have to remember it could be so much worse. So when I start complaining, I got to say it could be worse. you know, Always got to keep doing that. So anyway, I'm here still, and I'm done being here. All right, so I got to hit one of these buttons. So anyway, till the next time and such. And sorry, I'm a bit cranky. I'm just not like I'm just not a people person, generally speaking, and I'm even less of a people person lately. So maybe I'll get past that and it'll be more fun. But I'm very frustrated that people are just so hard to communicate with. They're just such naysayers and nitpickers, and they just will not follow along and just go, "Oh yes, I get that. I vote for that. Yep, I get that point. I vote for that one." They just won't do that. They just keep finding excuses to say, "No, I don't have to play. I'm a drunk," or "I don't have to play. I have poison ivy. I don't have to think that way because uh, I have painted fingernails." I mean, just you know, they just find any dopey excuse to pretend uh, that they're making sense, and it's somehow what I'm saying isn't entirely and perfectly correct. Stupid assholes. Anyway, till next time.